trying to figure out what we could bring from our family to this weekend, we decided that we would do a reading. And Carol, I'm Norma, Sharon, Marlene, and Carol, felt like she could write something. And after we looked at it, all of us, we were just amazed at how Carol has inherited our Father's gift of words. So we would like to do a reading about the subject of family.
Webster defines family as a group of individuals living under one roof and usually one head, a household, a group of persons of common ancestry, a clan, or a group of people united by certain convictions or common affiliations, a fellowship. What we are experiencing this weekend fits in well with those definitions.
We'd like to ramble a bit about family in general as well as specifically our family. Family gatherings like this help us pass the Heinrichs family spirit on to the next generation.
Writer Robert Brault said, "Family life is a bit like a runny peach pie. Not perfect, but who's complaining?"
A young couple drove several miles down a country road, not saying a word. An earlier discussion had led to an argument, and neither wanted to concede their position. As they passed a barnyard of mules and pigs, the husband sarcastically asked, "Are they relatives of yours?" "Yes," the wife replied, "I married into the family."
There are very famous families: the Graham family, the Kennedys, the Osmonds, the Jacksons, John and Kate plus 8.
There are animal families. A family of monkeys is called a barrel. A family of giraffes is called a tower. And a family of otters is called a family.
We had some Ewert family traditions, like sitting down for breakfast every morning while Dad read scripture and a devotion from the Daily Bread, with a prayer for our family to start the day.
Another of our traditions was for Dad or Mom to read the Christmas story from Luke 2 before we could open up our Christmas presents, a reminder of what we are celebrating. That's a tradition worth keeping even with Mom and Dad gone.
When you're feeding a large family and you live out in the boonies, you have a big garden and you raise chickens and turkeys to eat. Or at least that's what our family did. It was tradition. It was also then probably a tradition for us kids to try to figure out how to get an excuse out of snapping beans or a way to be gone on butchering day. No excuses for Mom or Dad. They did it because that's what you do for your family.
Someone once said, families are like fudge, mostly sweet with a few nuts.
Irma Bombeck wrote, "The family. We were a strange little band of characters trudging through life, sharing diseases and toothpaste, coveting one another's desserts, hiding shampoo, borrowing money, locking each other out of our rooms, inflicting pain and kissing to heal it all in the same time, loving, laughing, defending, and trying to figure out the common thread that bound us all together."
Jeff Foxworthy says in his comedy ramblings, "If you ever start to feel like you have the goofiest, craziest, most dysfunctional family in the world, all you have to do is go to a state fair. Because 5 minutes at the fair, you'll be going, you know, we're all right. We're damn near royalty."
Happiness is having a large, loving, caring, close-knit family in another city. George Burns said that.
Family communications are important. We had what we called the weekly Ewert, which Mom would type each week with the goings-on of the family at home. She would sit down each Sunday afternoon at her typewriter with enough carbon copies for everyone who was away from home.
The Heinrichs women had the round robin for many years. Sometimes it took a long time to make the rounds, but Mom always was excited to get the news.
Now we have email and Facebook, and some are probably tweeting. How fun is it to see Aunt Marie and Aunt Lillian post on Facebook?
When we were kids, Mom and Dad would talk in Low German a little, mostly around Christmas time.
There are words and phrases that are unique to families. Dad used the word haughtiette a lot. It can mean an expression of frustration
like when he was praying at church or the offerings, or sometimes at home, he would say, the cattle on 1,000 hills are yours, referring to our stewardship of all of God's creation and all that he had provided for us.
Are there words or phrases that are special or unique in your families?
Michael J. Fox said, family is not important thing, it's everything.
South African cleric Desmond Tutu said, you don't choose your family. They are God's gift to you as you are to them.
In his newspaper column, Billy Graham said, the family should be a closely knit group. The home should be a self-contained shelter of security, a kind of school where life's basic lessons are taught, and a kind of church where God is honored, a place where wholesome recreation and simple pleasures are enjoyed.
Reba McEntire has a song titled, I'll Be. I'll be your shoulder when you need someone to lean on, be your shelter when you need someone to see you through. I'll be there to carry you. I'll be there. I'll be the rock that will be strong for you, the one that will hold on to you. When you feel that rain falling down, when there's no one else around, I'll be.
And Sister Sledge sings,
We are family. I've got all my sisters and me.
Spending time together as a family is important. Our summer vacations when we were kids were special. One year we would come to California, the next to Minnesota, and back and forth year after year. All those miles in a station wagon with 7 kids, picnic lunches at roadside parks, stopping for 10-cent ice cream cones at Dairy Queen at 3 o'clock. All those times in close quarters. Can you imagine? Why is it we all have such fond memories of those times?
Dad always found a way. With that many kids, out in the country, with jobs, and school, and church, and activities, how on earth was everyone supposed to get where they needed to go? Our yard often looked like a used car lot, but Dad somehow found the vehicles and kept them running to make it work.